Hello everybody and welcome to the Modest Homemaker vlog channel. My name is Jade if this is your first time with me. So today I'm going to be showing you guys a very simple from scratch breakfast sandwich. We are doing biscuits, eggs, and cheese, and it is very simple, y'all. I emphasize that again. Biscuits were one of the first things that I learned how to make from scratch, and it is just so easy. It's easier than, your traditional breads, your sourdoughs, and all that good stuff. Any type of breakfast sandwich is very good for easy meal preps to have on hand. So what you can do with this meal is you can make it, freeze it, take it out when you're ready to have it. It's gonna be better for you than your little frozen box, little sandwiches that you can get from the store. Okay, it's something that you can do, and it's something you can prep over the weekend if you're a busy mom, if you're just a busy wife in general that works. It's something that you can do on Sundays or whatever day you have off for the weekend and have it ready for the week. So hopefully you enjoy this video. If you do, be sure to comment, give it a like. Here we go. So the first thing I'm going to be doing is taking 2 cups of flour and putting that into a small bowl. Followed by the flour, I'm going to take 2 teaspoons of baking powder and 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda. Notice I am not adding salt because I have salted butter. So make sure that when you're doing this and you don't have salted butter, you are taking 1 teaspoon of salt. I also want to make sure that butter you have is cold butter. You do not want your butter to be room temperature, otherwise it's just going to melt through your fingers and that's going to turn out into a sloppy mess. So this needs to be cold butter. Some people even like to get it straight out of the freezer, but I stopped doing that because I was about to get freezer burn for my fingers. So that's the way I decided to do it, just cold butter straight out of the refrigerator. And you want to grate it because you see what I'm doing now. I'm just integrating it in with my fork so that it can get really pea-sized and mix well into the flour. Next, I'm taking 1/4 cup of buttermilk. You can use regular milk for this if you do want, but I find that it tastes way better with buttermilk. My husband never notices a difference, but I do, and I think that buttermilk is pretty much the way to go for this recipe. At this point, I do like to start working through the dough with my hands right before I put it on the counter to do a couple of kneads. You do want to make sure that you do not work this dough too much because then you're going to make your dough kind of rough, and that's not what we want. We don't want rough biscuits. We want nice, soft, and fluffy biscuits. So you just want to do this step really quick before you knead it, and it's going to make it a little bit easier and less messy when you do the kneading. So at this point, you're going to see me shaping this dough pretty much into a small rectangle. Once I get that nice rectangle shape, I'm going to start folding my dough once and then once more. And then I'm going to turn it and just repeat that step a couple of times until I notice that it kind of gives like a firm shape. Once again, you don't want to do this too much, but you'll feel through your fingers, when it gets to the nice consistency that you want. So before we put the dough into the pan, we want to get our biscuit cutter out. The biscuit cutter just allows for you to have a more perfect round shape for your biscuits, you know, nice and uniformed and professional looking. So do not feel like if you don't have a biscuit cutter on hand, you cannot make these biscuits, because when I first started doing this, I did not have biscuit cutter the first on hand. I pretty much just used a mason jar and it turned out fine. Actually, I don't even think I did that, but whatever. You can use a mason jar that you have on hand or any other circular glass to use to make that nice circle shape. Now, once all my dough is nicely shaped, I'm going to pop them in a preheated oven of 425 and bake them for 25 minutes total. While my biscuits are in the oven, I'm going to take my beef bacon, that is my protein of choice, and I'm going to get that all going. Then I'm going to take my egg, cook that, and just wait for my biscuits to be ready. So this is now actually the day after. I made everything on a Friday, the day before. So I wanted to have this ready for Saturday breakfast. So what I'm going to do first is just open up my biscuit, lay on my cheese, lay on my egg, and then lay on my bacon. And then I'm just going to warm everything up and get that cheese all melted and enjoy. So hopefully you guys found this recipe to be nice and simple the way I intended it to be. If you did, be sure to give it a like and a comment and give your suggestions to the Modest Homemaker.
Exactly. I'm trying to get my life together.
Oh, she's making a guest star appearance?
Yeah. Okay. Oh, wait. Sorry.
It's on.
Oh, hey, everybody.
She's gonna say some old hey everybody. Goodbye.
Oh, there, everybody.
Hey, everybody. How y'all doing? Jade is making more breads. Now she's making biscuits. We don't know what the biscuits are for, but we're gonna have them for something tomorrow. So stay tuned for that. Don't answer her recipe, because if you want it, you gotta buy it. Nothing is for free. Well, salvation is free, but even that costs you something. Speaking of which, salvation, follow me on my YouTube channel.
I'm done.
Where we talk, where we talk about Jesus and wife. Jade, I know what I'm talking about on my channel.
You seem like you had to think about it.
Wifeliness and womanhood, and about how to be closer to God and how to be.
Dang!
Because you are. I'm literally a foot taller than her.
Alex! Why am I so short? This is bad. I don't want to stand next to nobody.
She's also shrinking, everybody. So continue to pray much for her. Okay, thank you. Bye.